Hello, happy Thursday, gobbles and giggles to everyone watching. My name is Dean the Turkey Likester, and
hello, happy Thursday.
Gotta turn that off. Anyway, welcome to Once Upon a Turkey Leg, a more magical way to end your day. This is the stream where I come on Thursday evening and I read you a bedtime story, and I'm going to get into that in just a few minutes. Going to give it a few minutes to let people come in, and usually about 4 or 5 minutes in, I will get on with our story tonight. So yeah. I hope your Thursday has gone well. Michael Riley, welcome in. Gonna be getting ready to read a story here in just a moment. I had a good Thursday today, and made it to Walmart. I was kind of thinking I may or may not get to Walmart today. Wasn't sure. If I would get to Walmart today. I wasn't feeling like I wanted to go out. Kind of debating whether or not I wanted, I really needed what I needed at the store. But, oh, Michael, you almost had turkey. Walmart, I did not get turkey at Walmart today. I got some rotisserie chicken. They actually had rotisserie chicken I hadn't seen before. They're not like the whole chicken on the bone, but they had like chicken in a container already, like deboned. So I bought that, which was a good thing because when I got to where they usually have the actual rotisserie chickens, they were sold out of all the chickens. But I don't usually get any turkey at Walmart. So I will possibly be stopping at the Publix on my way home tomorrow night. On my way home from work. They have the turkey legs, the uncooked turkey legs that I can just bake or cook how I want them. And they sell other turkey parts as well, like chicken wings. They have turkey wings, turkey breasts. But anyway, Tina, happy Thursday. Welcome in, and hello to Chuck as well. So I just pretty much settled for the rotisserie chicken. It's kind of the turkey alternative, if you will. But when I was at Walmart, I went into over near where the cards are, the greeting cards in that section, the gifts in the party sections. They usually have some, usually around Christmas, they'll have the Hallmark ornaments. And I'd heard that some of the Walmarts might be having some of the ornaments out already. But I did not see any Christmas ornaments. I did not see any Hallmark Christmas ornaments. What I did see was, and if you know anything about me, you know that I have a thing for office supplies. And you know that as much as I love Disney, I also love the Peanuts. So this is what I found at Walmart. This is a pack of greeting cards. It is 50 greeting cards. There's 25 of each of these two designs. And I thought they looked really cute. They are blank on the inside, so I will not be opening the package on stream. But I got these. Yeah, there's 25 of each of these designs. And they were Peanuts, Snoopy, Charlie Brown there, and Woodstock, and I just had to get them. I just had to get them. So, anyway, I just thought I would show that really quick before we get into the story today, which I'm going to go ahead and do. So, get ready for a good old story here on Once Upon a Turkey Leg. Tonight's story is Toy Story of Terror. And I believe this is because I'm pretty sure I watched it. I believe this is actually a short or some kind of a feature short on that is available on Disney Plus. I think they sold it on a DVD. So it might sound familiar, but they have it in the story. And it seemed appropriate for the October Halloween season. So we're going to get into it. So here we go. It was a dark and spooky night. A woman was being chased through a cemetery by a vampire. The vampire was getting closer and closer. Suddenly, someone screamed. "Run, Betty, run!" Rex called out. Bonnie and her family were in the car on their way to a family vacation. Bonnie's toys were in the trunk of the car watching a scary movie. "Boring," Mr. Potato Head grumbled. "Patience," Mr. Pricklepants advised. "All great horror films start slowly." Mr. Pricklepants was an expert on scary movies. In fact, he considered himself an expert on all movies and plays and books. Welcome in, Dawn. Happy Thursday. Inside the car, Bonnie rubbed her eyes. "Are we there yet?" she asked with a yawn. "Not for a few more hours," her mom replied. "You can go back to sleep." Ka-thump! Just then the car hit a pothole and blew a tire. The toys went flying. Jessie fell into a toolbox, and the lid slammed shut. "Help!" she screamed. Woody and Buzz Lightyear jumped into action. The two forced open the box and helped Jessie climb out. Jessie was shaken. I couldn't find a way out," she said, gasping. "What's the matter with Jessie?" Trixie whispered. "She was abandoned in a box for years," Mr. Potato Head explained. Outside, thunder boomed and lightning flashed. The storm was getting worse. Bonnie's mom pulled over at a roadside motel. The family would be staying there until the tire on their car was fixed. Bonnie reached into the trunk and grabbed her toys. A roadside motel is one of the most common locales for a horror film, Mr. Pricklepants pointed out when they reached their room. Mr. Potato Head decided to go look around. I wouldn't go out there if I were you, Mr. Pricklepants warned. The first to leave usually gets it. Mr. Potato Head scoffed. He wasn't worried. The toys went after Mr. Potato Head, but he had vanished. Maybe this place is haunted, Mr. Picklepants whispered. The toys split up to look for Mr. Potato Head. Suddenly, Rex screamed. Ew, I stepped in something, he said, trying to wipe goo off his foot. As Buzz looked around, he realized that Mr. Potato Head had stepped in the same stuff. He had left a trail of footprints. Trixie followed the tracks to an air vent. As she looked down, she fell in and disappeared. Hold on. Let me rearrange this. Okay. The toys followed Trixie into the vent, with Buzz's glow-in-the-dark features lighting the way. What happens now? Rex asked Mr. Pricklepants. This would be the part where the characters get separated and then get picked off one by one, answered the hedgehog. Seconds later, something snatched Mr. Pricklepants. Then it snatched Rex. Woody, Jessie, and Buzz looked at each other and ran. Just then, something slowly crept out of the darkness toward them. It was Mr. Potato Head's arm. It's trying to tell us something, Buzz said. It's the number one, Woody said. I think maybe it's pointing up, Jessie said. Above the toys was a vent. The trio followed it to a bathroom. As Jessie looked around, something snatched Woody and Buzz. Then something pulled Jessie under the sink. It was Combat Carl, a soldier toy with a missing hand. This place isn't safe for toys, he warned her. The pair heard a noise. We're trapped, Jessie cried. Combat Carl never gives up, the soldier toy said. Combat Carl finds a way. The toys tried to run, but something snatched Combat Carl. Jessie was on her own. Jessie. Hi, Mike. Welcome in. Good to have you here tonight. The cowgirl hid in the bathtub. Seconds later, she heard a loud rip. Claws slashed at the shower curtain. As Jessie backed up, an iguana appeared. It had Mr. Potato Head's arm in its mouth. Jessie prepared for the worst, but the iguana was actually friendly. It swallowed the arm in one gulp and then gave Jessie a big lick. Grabbing her gently in its mouth, The iguana carried the cowgirl to a room behind the motel's lobby. He set her in a basket and rang a bell. Ding! Excellent find, Mr. Jones, the manager said, coming into the back room. He had trained his pet iguana to steal toys from the motel guests so he could sell them on the internet. The manager posted Jessie's picture on a website and put her in a glass cabinet. The cowgirl's friends were there too, even Combat Carl and his friend, Combat Carl Jr. There's the iguana with Jessie. A few minutes later, the manager returned. He checked his computer. He had sold Woody. Reaching into the cabinet, he grabbed the cowboy and packed him in a box. A delivery truck would be arriving soon to pick up the package. Woody, Jessie whispered sadly. What started out as a classic horror film has turned into something more of a tragedy, Mr. Pricklepants observed. No, he's gonna sell Woody. A few minutes later, the manager sold Jessie too. He had just taken her out when the mechanic arrived to fix Bonnie's family's tire. The manager put Jessie down and went to speak with the mechanic. Jessie tried to unlock the cabinet, but she couldn't reach the latch. Even worse, the delivery truck had arrived. The driver came into the back room and took the package with Woody inside. Jessie didn't know what to do, but Combat Carl had a plan. Listen, he said, in a few minutes, the delivery lady is going to come through that door and take the other boxes, and you're going to be in one of them. There's Jessie trying to get the latch. Jessie panicked. I can't get in a box, she said. Jessie, the soldier shouted. When Combat Carl gets stuck in a jam, he says to himself, Combat Carl never gives up. Combat Carl finds a way. Now say it, he ordered. Jessie tried. Combat Carl never gives up. Combat Carl, you're not Combat Carl, he shouted at her. Oh, Jessie never gives up. Jessie finds a way, the cowgirl declared, finally understanding. Jessie snuck into the empty lobby. Opening one of the boxes the manager had packed, she freed a robot toy. Bravely, Jessie crawled into the box in the robot's place. If she could get on the delivery truck, she could free Woody. The plan was working until the delivery lady taped the box shut and threw it in the truck. Jessie began to panic. Then she remembered Combat Carl's words. Jessie never gives up. Jessie finds a way, she told herself. Feeling around, the cowgirl found a paper clip. She used it to slit the tape and crawled out of the box. Then Jessie found Woody. The two returned to the back room to free their friends. Suddenly, Jessie heard Bonnie's voice coming from the lobby. The tire was fixed. Bonnie's family was getting ready to leave. The cowgirl raced toward the curtain that had separated the back room from the lobby. She was almost there when Mr. Jones caught her. Jessie kicked the iguana and he spit something out. My hand! Combat Carl shouted from inside the cabinet. Mr. Potato Head's arm was also inside the iguana's mouth. Jessie grabbed the arm and used it to pull the curtain open. At that moment, Bonnie looked through the curtain and saw the cabinet. My toys, she cried, running into the back room. Are those my daughter's toys? Bonnie's mom asked the nervous motel manager. Meanwhile, Mr. Jones put Jessie in the basket on the floor and rang the bell. Looking down, Bonnie saw the cowgirl. Jessie, the little girl shouted, pointing at her doll. So there's Bonnie. And all the toys in the cabinet. Later, back in the trunk of Bonnie's family's car, the toys celebrated. You did it, Jessie. You saved us all, Buzz said. Jessie didn't give up. Jessie found a way, the cowgirl said. Mr. Potato Head looked fondly at his arm. We ain't never gonna get separated again, he said. Ka-thump! Just then the car hit a bump, and Mr. Potato Head's parts scattered around the trunk. Aw, nuts, he said. Everyone laughed, and that, Mr. Pricklepants noted, was a sure sign the story had reached its end. The end. And that was Toy Story of Terror. Hi, Carol. Welcome in. Just finished the story for this evening, and it was Toy Story of Terror. Thank you, everyone, for being here. There was something else I was going to say. Anyway, I do know that I want to announce that 3 weeks from tonight is on the 28th is the Great Pumpkin Welcoming Committee, where we will be talking about how to have a sincere pumpkin patch, sincere enough to make the Great Pumpkin stop. And we'll be reading it's a Great Pumpkin, the Peanuts story, and it'll be a fun old time. It'll probably go a little longer than normal. It'll be a kind of a special Once Upon a Turkey Leg. Once again, that's going to be 3 weeks from today on October the 28th. Looking forward to that. Also, yes, Don, look for a pumpkin patch, and look, if you don't already have a pumpkin patch, but yes, you should. The other thing I wanted to announce, if you follow me, if you follow me on Instagram, I today relaunched the special group chat I had took down for a while. I had kind of stepped away from group chats, being involved in group chats on Instagram for a little while. But today, I kind of realized I wanted to start up my own group chat. And so I have restarted the Turkey Leg Stir. This time I am calling it the Gobble Club, and I am not adding anybody automatically, not even my mods. In order to be added, I will need to know either by a private message on Instagram, or let me know in the chat right now if you want to be added to the Instagram group chat, the Gobble Club. So if you're watching on a replay and you want to be added, let me know in the comments of the stream. And that is on Instagram exclusively. So that is getting started up, and I will add as soon as I see that you are requesting to be added, I will add you. So yeah, the next two story times as we build up to Halloween, I have looked, and it's a little tough to find bedtime stories out of Disney bedtime storybooks that will, kind of fit the season. But I found some that are maybe have a little more of a spooky side or a little bit more kind of scary side to them. So yeah. So the next couple of stories will have a more, not Halloween per se, but a little more spooky-ish. And then after the 28th, of course, will be in November. The first couple of weeks, I'm actually going to be going back to my Star Wars storybook and reading some Star Wars stories for Once Upon a Turkey Leg. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream. Thank you, everyone, for coming in and coming by. And I'll see you next week for another story on Once Upon a Turkey Leg, a more magical way to end your day. And also Monday afternoon at 2 p.m. for I'm Feeling Streamish. I'm not sure what we're going to talk about yet. What I'm going to talk about, I may reach out to one or two people to maybe be guests either this week or the next week. But anyway, we'll see. I'll be thinking about that over the next couple of days. And so yeah, that's Monday at 2 p.m. So have a great Thursday night. Have a great Friday. Have a great weekend. Have a gobbletastic night. And I'll see you next time.